Do you wish that you can write down all your thoughts on paper and have them be what they are? This can be a process of making sure that you put the words out in a way that is precise and detailed and that really makes you go on the journey that you want to go on. This is about passion. This is about expression. This is about all things in the major realm of thought. We can go down that road, but let's get to that later. I'm Everett Curdy, and I want to walk you through the astrology for August 23rd and 24th of 2024. So I want to break down the aspects with you in a way that is precise and streamlined and all about the major details of things. We want to really, really get into those things to discover what is the true purpose of why I am doing this video. So the first aspect that we have going on August 23rd is we have the moon coming into a very handy dandy sextile with the planet Jupiter. So when the moon is sextile Jupiter, this can make us feel in good spirits. This can make us feel generous. There's a greater sense of luck with this particular transit. We can feel more lucky. We can feel more outgoing. We can feel more positive about the state of our lives as they are in our life. So this can be us feeling uplifted, us feeling like we've won the casket and we're going off to the races and we're doing all the different things like that. When we're really doing the things that we want to do in our lives, we find true bliss. We find true happiness. We find true joy. And this is what that is. This is what this is about. Us feeling good, us feeling like we want to give, like we want to serve the world, like we want to do different things like that. Um, like we want to give ourselves to the world. And it becomes really, really important at this time that we remember that we are souls living a divine human experience. We didn't just come onto Earth as a alien being. We came onto Earth with a mission that our soul signed up for us to experience all the negative things and all the positive and neutral things in our lives. So this becomes super important when we think about spirituality, when we think about the reason why we're here and the purpose that we have to live on the earth. So this can make us feel uplifted, and like we want to give. It can be advice, it can be energy, it can be love, it can be actions we genuinely want to give at this time. Our intuition may be turned up at this time. The volume knob may be just amplified with this particular aspect. This represents an ease in sharing our feelings. It's a time to be honest about that which you feel in your life. It's a time to really express how you truly feel and also be receptive to the other person and what they're feeling, because that may be very important as well. So there's a genuine ease when it comes to us sharing our feelings, as I've said before, and we can feel more open at this particular time. People will be willing to assist you at this time. So be open to the assistance. Be open to when people want to help you and people want to serve you in their own special ways. This can be a time where we're wanting to be more open to the service that people are giving us. Um, And that really is that point indeed. So this can create increased popularity. We can feel more popular. Maybe we are more popular in our lives. We can be more popular when it comes to our circles of friends, when it comes to our circles of people. We are just more popular, or we do things that are more popular, that make us more popular. This is also great for expanding your horizons. That's the Jupiter energy. Learn something new, read something new, go on a site and then, look around and see what you can find. Go on the internet and read and search for whatever videos or articles that you want to read. Watch that documentary. Travel to that new place that you haven't traveled before. And you'll be surprised at what you find there. It can be, in your local town, like a park you've never been to, or a restaurant that you've never been to, even if you're just going in the restaurant, not necessarily sitting down and having an official meal. Doing the things that expand your horizons, that becomes super important at this time. There can be a balancing of your philosophical mind and your primal emotions, your inner knowing, your inner emotions of what the moon represents, because the moon represents your innermost feelings. The moon represents what how you are when the lights are turned off, how you are when everything is done and you return to your soft bed at home. Um, how you maybe come across in a way that is quite literally something else. And this can be a time where your feelings and your mind, your emotions and your mind, your logic or decision-making processes are balanced out in a way where you can make decisions effectively, where you can go to that end point and, Gollum point. And you can go to that end destination and find the results that you're looking for because you made the right decisions at the present time to to go in those directions that you wanted to go in. And so this represents a time where your mind and your emotions have equal seats at the table. There is a need to understand the world around you. That becomes super duper important, wanting to, read about it, to write about it, to share about it, to go out and talk to people about it, to do things that expand your knowledge of the world around you. This is also a time that is great for inspiring those individuals in your life to greatness. Um, where you, um, you know, inspire the people to greatness in your life. Inspire those around you to become better. Inspire those around you to pick up their bootstraps and do what they need to do. Or inspire others to think in a more positive way about their life. However, inspiring others to greatness resembles in you. So it's a time to look forward instead of getting caught in the past. Um, so it's a time where we want to move forward, look at the future pace of our lives, look at the present moment and where we're going from that moment instead of getting caught in, what was me, what was getting caught in the woulda, coulda, shouldas of how life used to be. It's about moving on from that and recognizing that the past is in the past. You can't change the past, but you can change. You can certainly impact and change the future for the better. So this represents a space that supports your emotional needs and your need for emotional growth. There is this needing of balancing for your need for growing on an emotional, spiritual level, and also a balancing between your innermost, most primal, most raw, most valuable emotional needs within you. So the moon is also going to form a sextile with Mars. And so this represents passionate enthusiasm. This is a very passionate, enthusiastic time. We're feeling more like we want to do things, like we want to get things checked off our list, like we want to go to that place that we've always wanted to go to, and go to the try to food, and go to the try to things that we want to do in our lives. Go to Costco to buy what we need to buy there, to go to an ice cream place, the Outside Scoop, and enjoy ice cream there. This represents a real positive feeling and bursts of energy, bursts of light, body, waves that come into the planet that resent us, that give us all individual and unique aspects that we put into ourselves to move ourselves in the directions that we want to go in. This represents excitement about our lives. This may be competitive. We may feel more competitive when it comes to winning. Winning comes easily at this time for us individually. Um, so we become more compelling. We become more popular, similar to the other energy that I was talking about, the moon sextile Jupiter. And so, we become more competitive at this time, basically. So we have strong desires as well. This is a time to have strong desires and go after those desires. This is about meeting someone who matches your strong desires. Who in your life matches your strong desires to go after this thing, to find that thing, to do this over there. That becomes very important here. Um, that becomes something worth considering and worth meditating on at this time. Thinking about someone who has your own desires within you that you know that you have in your life, and they match those strong desires. They have similar or the same basic strong desires as you have, where there's a commonality, there's a similarity there. And you both can go after what you're desiring, and probably in a collaborative and co-independent way. This is about taking the lead of your life, not letting other people, ride their ship, your ship, for you. You are taking the lead of your life. You are actively, participating in your life, being the leader. That's what, you need to be at this time is somebody who can be in charge of your own destiny, of your own purpose, of your own calling, of your own direction. The moon is also going to trine Mercury at this particular time. So the moon is in Aries at this time, which is really competitive. It's feisty. It's primal. It has these strong emotions. It has these strong impulses. It's trying to Mercury in Leo. So this is a time where we may see things more clearly. We may see things at face value for what they are. Um, our feeling side, our emotional side is balanced out by our rational side, by our thinking side, by the side that needs to make decisions, that needs to be smart, that needs to be logical. So these two things can balance each other out at this time. Getting in touch with your feelings to provide sound judgment. So it represents us turning to our heads for sound judgment and then turning to what we feel and having both of those things work out in tandem for us. This is wonderful for socializing with friends and family, maybe getting a get together or socializing on a walk or, whatever the situation might be. Connecting more intimately with them. This is a big thing where we're um, choosing to um, to connect on a deeper, more profound emotional deep level with them. And then this is public speaking and writing. This is wonderful for writing, speaking, expressing your emotions in any way that you want to, any way that you feel comfortable to do it in. But express the emotions. That's the key word. Don't keep them bottled up inside. Either journal about them, sing about them, talk about them with a friend or family member, whatever helps you express those emotions out of your system. This can be wonderful for interactions with family members, and these interactions that you have at this time, either with a mom or your wife or your spouse or whatever, these can be, or your child or your son, your daughter. These can be these conversations can be very emotionally nourishing. These interactions with, family members or friends or your spouse can be very emotionally heartwarming and emotionally calm and serene, and um, and it, affects you um, positively on an emotional level. So then we have the moon also coming into a square with Pluto. So the moon's going to enter Taurus on this particular date. It's a calm, steady, stable kind of moon, which is about looking around and noticing things with your five senses, being present for your life, and enjoying what the world has to offer you, and being very strong-willed and being stubborn to go on whatever direction that you want to move into. So the moon's going to square Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. As soon as the moon enters Taurus, it squares Pluto immediately. So this can be compulsive and destructive behavior that can come up at this time. That's worth noting so that you can break you know, compulsive patterns that don't serve you, and destructive behaviors that are not good for your well-being. Um, this can be a time where controlling intense emotions is difficult. It is more challenging to control those intense emotions inside of you, so it's best to express them in constructive ways. Finding ways to express your emotions in constructive, practical, earthy, grounded ways. We are talking about the moon and Taurus after all. So finding ways to express those emotions is something worth noting. It's something very helpful at this time that can serve you for your highest good. So there can be emotional power struggles with family members that can be violent, and they can be sudden. So it's good to be aware if you're getting into a power struggle or you're initiating an argument, whether that argument with your family members or friends is worth fighting over, particularly with your family members. Is this issue that I'm fighting about, arguing about, worth arguing about? Am I the one that is engaging in the fight, or am I the one initiating the fight? Whatever the role is, this is about recognizing I have free will here. I have a choice whether I'm going to be calm and serene and up in the clouds and the stormy heavens, the beauty and bliss, or I'm going to be downtrodden in the dirt, in the ditches, in the dark of things, in the real process of what I'm going through, in the real, um, minutile of what the argument is about. Um, So, be aware of if you get into any emotional power struggles with family members at this time and how you're going to respond. Not react, but respond to those power struggles. There can be jealousy and manipulation that can be involved here. There can be domestic violence at this time that can come about. So it's good for you to be aware of that. Um, that there can be all these negative things that can come about at this time. So this can be being a culprit or a victim in a relationship crisis. You can find yourself in one of those roles where you're, a victim, you feel helpless and powerless, or you're the culprit of a relationship issue or argument or crisis. So it's important to be conscious of your feelings at this time, and especially how you choose to express them, how you choose to respond to your circumstances that make you feel, emotionally angry or whatever the emotion is. Especially if it's one of those intense feelings. In this case, it is. So be conscious of your feelings and be conscious of how you choose to express them. Um, and so purge what doesn't work for you. This is really, really big, where you can let go of what doesn't serve you in the highest. You can release that. So, and, find a way to do that. Um, in constructive ways, of course. So then the sun is going to trine the moon. So the sun is in Leo. The sun is in Virgo. The moon's in Taurus at this point. So now we're into Virgo season. Now we're into details and structures and formats and organization. We're finding our checkbooks are crossed off in the T's. We're finding that the room is set up in the right way that can be of organizational help. This is a time to clean up, sharpen pencils, do all that. That's Virgo season. Virgo is all about the details of your life, the smallest details of the experience of your life that define who you are as an individual. That's what Virgo is about. It's about your habit patterns and things of that nature. So the sun trining the moon can create a harmonious and peaceful family life. You may find like your surroundings at home with your spouse or with your family, or both, can be emotionally, can be peaceful and harmonious. This can be feeling content in your personal life. You may feel content in your personal um, arenas of your life, with your family, in your home. There can be this contentment that you can feel at this time. This is the time to deepen your relationships with your family and your friends, as you will have many nourishing and nurturing conversations with them if you're willing to deepen your interactions with them. So then on August 24th, we have Mercury sextiling Mars. So Mercury is in Leo, sextile Mars in Gemini, towards the end of Gemini. So this can make us feel speedy. Our minds are speeding up, or our intellect is speeding up, our decision rushing is our speeding up. Our mind is speedy and active at this time. So this is the time for succeeding at something with purpose and initiative. I'm initiating something and I'm taking action to go after it, particularly if it's writing or if it's something very mercurial like public speaking or singing or signing contracts to things of that nature. Um, so this is a time where those mercurial mental intellectual endeavors can succeed for you at this time. Or you can succeed moving in those directions, doing those things. Um, so this is also about bravery and fighting spirit. This is, you have a brave and fighting spirit within you. You have a courageous spirit to go after what you want to in your life. This can certainly make you feel more courageous and more daring and more determined to go after what you want. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. That's a key phrase, an important lesson here. If you believe in something, you can achieve something as long as you're willing to put in the work and initiate it and go after it. and go through that process of, what happens when you go after what you desire. Um, so this can also be a time filled with hard work, and it's great to get things done at this time, get things checked off your to-do list. We were talking about Virgo season. After all, the sun's in Virgo. It's about getting things accomplished, getting things checked off your list, and attending to the little details of things as well. So this can be a detail-oriented time where you're working hard and in a mercurial and an intellectual way getting things done. And so your relationships could benefit from this energy of you being very determined to go after your desires, particularly if they are of the intellectual manner. Now, I did pull two cards from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, which it's turned upside down. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and I pulled two cards. One, what is the collective needed to know for August 23rd, and one for the 24th. I want to make this as simple as possible. I'm not talking about like one card for every aspect that I talk about because that would be too confusing, and that would certainly be disservice to you as the viewer of having, focus on this and then focus on that. And um it would be it's too much for you to, take in um and interpret and apply to your life. So the first card that I pulled, both of these, by the way, are in the upside down or reverse position, is the Child. The first card I pulled, this is where I asked the question, what does the collective need to know on August 23rd, 2024 to move in the direction of the collective's highest good? And I pulled the Child, as you can see here. That's the card that I pulled. See that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the card from the guidebook. I'm going to read a section of it. This is the essence of the card. This is talking about what the card basically is about in the background to the card, a sort of shamanic background of what the card is about, because this is the mystical shaman after all. So this says the essence. The child knows the way to joy and happiness. The child offers the return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not of naivete. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. So this is a time where you want to connect with your family, connect with your life, um, without being punished, without, you being punished for something that you did in your life. Um, and so this is about connecting your life without the past conditioning of your family or your mother, your father, your ancestors, and this is about releasing the past conditioning with that, releasing that conditioning. This is about embracing the childlike spirit within you, the part of you that's curious, the part of you that's innocent, the part of you that wants to learn and speak and share a million things and do things based off of inspiration, which you feel at the present moment, etc. This is a time to set yourself free from your condition. This is a time to be free, to be that child that is within you that you want to be in your life. So you were born to be your free, authentic self. You were born to be free. You were born to be liberated. So it's about reconnecting with that part of yourself. Um, so this is about finding the joy in your life. finding the good things in your life, and being true to yourself, being authentic as your authentic self, as I said before. So finding joy in your life and embracing your inspiration. So find the good things in your life. Find what uplifts you, what makes you feel positive, what makes you feel like your life is moving in a good direction. This is a time also to embrace and go after whatever you feel inspired by. This is time also to set yourself free and play. So there's two parts to this. There's you setting yourself free from limiting structures, limiting individuals, etc., and embracing the playing childlike spirit within you. And when you do those two things, you can find happiness. You can find um, bliss. You can find, purpose in like your life is meaningful for you. Then the second card I pulled is this is what does the where I asked the question, I shuffled the cards and I asked the question, what does the collective need to know on August 24th of 2024? And I got, by the way, the first card that I pulled for August 23rd is the Child, but it's in the upside down position, as you can see. So this is the upright position. This is the upside down position. So the card that I pulled for August 23rd was in the upside down position. So the second card, um, which is Magic. So this is the card that I pulled where I asked the question, what does the collective need to know for August 24th of this year? And so the card that I pulled is Magic, card number 33. But it was in the reverse position. It was upside down when I got it. By the way, yeah, I read that card for you. So I'm going to read you a section of what the card is about in the guidebook. This is the essence of the card, card number 33. Let me find it here. This is what it says. The essence. This symbol represents the infinite intelligence of the Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. So in the upside down position, this is all about asking yourself, have you fallen prey to spiritual narcolepsy? Have you fallen asleep at the wheel? Have you done things that made you feel the lack of magic that is coming at you in your life? Have you done things where you've done things and you've forgotten the magic of life all around you? You've forgotten your connection to source, your connection to spirit, your connection to the divine. Um, so that becomes something worth considering. So the next question to ask is, and do things where you can connect to the divine, connect to a source that makes you feel spiritually connected to the divine and open to the magic and miracles in your life. So the next question to ask and meditate on during this particular time is, have you become in a way where you feel that you have to create your life alone? So what makes you feel like you have to create your life alone? What drives you to that point? What steers you to that point? What makes you feel like you're the only one that can do all the things that you need and desire to do? So, this can be about again, reconnecting to spirit, reconnecting to source, where you're releasing that feeling of having to create life alone. That's what this is about. This is about reconnecting with your higher power, your higher self, and co-creating your life and co-creating whatever you want to manifest in your life. Remember your connection to source. That becomes super important here. Your life isn't a morbid series of out of the blue coincidences. Spirit was, behind there, in, human form with individuals or signs that show you and help you and guide you, on your pathway to whatever it is that you wanted to, that you want to manifest in your life. Um, and so, this is about cultivating the spirit of a child. Um, this is about, again, it goes back to the child card. It's very, very similar things. It's about cultivating a childlike spirit, with the innocence, the curiosity that, you have as a child, etc. So connecting with your inner child, connecting with that part of you becomes really, really important here. And when you do this, you will see the magic in your life again. So that becomes super duper important. Okay, everybody, that is your astrology forecast for August 23rd and 24th, and your oracle card reading, um, for both August 23rd and August 24th, one card per each day, as you just saw. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.